What's up guys, it's Baby Hay and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, hi, I'm Haley and I'm so happy to have you here today. I am finally getting around to filming my Q&A and spilling the tea on everything. I know you guys have really been wanting this video and I'm officially filming it. So I asked you guys what questions you have over on Instagram and I was honestly shocked at how many questions there were. So I went through them and wrote them down in my notes. I won't be able to answer everything just because there was literally so many questions, but I wrote down the ones that were the most common and things that kind of just like seem fun to answer. So we're gonna just dive through as many as we can. And I am gonna give you guys some backstory when I am answering the questions, just because I know there are new subscribers here and I wanna make sure that everyone is caught up. So we're just gonna jump right in to the questions. And the first one is, when is your birthday? And my birthday is September 5th and I was born in 1996. I am a Virgo, all my Virgos out there. And how tall are you? I am 5'1". Another question is, are you from Seattle? And this is kind of where the backstory comes in. So yes, I'm from Seattle. I grew up there, born and raised, and I went to the University of Washington. One of the questions was, what was your major in college? So I went to UW for 4 years. I graduated in 2019 with a bachelor's degree in communications, and then I got a certificate in professional sales. And another question was, what was it like being in a sorority? So I was in a sorority. I was a Gamma Phi Beta, and I really did enjoy being in a sorority. I think with going to a huge university, it helped me to make friends, and my best friend, Lauren, who you guys already know, was my little. So I'm really, really grateful to have gone to college and joined a sorority so that I could meet some of my best friends, and I really liked it. It was a little bit overwhelming at first just because when I joined, there was 100 girls in my chapter and I was a little bit nervous at first, but I definitely liked being in one and think that it made my college experience a lot better. Do you miss college? And yeah, there is a part of me that misses college for sure, just like the social aspect of it, because I feel like now I don't really talk to that many people. Whereas when I was in college, I was constantly seeing people. So I don't know, I do miss it, but at the same time, I'm happier with where I'm at in life right now. So I'm glad that I went to college for sure. And I think that one of the questions was, what was your best experience in college? And it was studying abroad for sure. I lived in Rome, Vienna, Budapest, and Prague, and then I traveled to 4 other countries while I was there. So I got to visit 8 countries and all of them were so beautiful. So I definitely love being able to study abroad and get that experience. So I would say that that was one of my favorite things about going to college. So if you do get the opportunity to study abroad, definitely go for it because you won't regret it. I went for 1 quarter and it went by so fast. So the next question was, why did you move to Vegas? And after I graduated college in 2019, I moved back home and I lived at home for 6 months. And then in January of 2020, I moved to Vegas. I would say that the main reason why I left Seattle was because of the weather and wanting to experience living somewhere new. I really do not thrive off of gloomy, gray, rainy weather, and I knew that I wanted to try living somewhere else because I studied abroad. I just had such a good time experiencing somewhere else, so I figured after I graduated would be the best time to try out a new state. And so I reached out to my professor from my sales program and just asked if he knew any jobs. I just wanted somewhere that would be warm but still on the West Coast so that I could easily travel back home to my family in Seattle. And he said that there was a job opportunity in Vegas for a sales position. So I flew out here and interviewed and ended up getting the job. So I just took it and ran with it. So that's why I moved to Vegas, was just because there was a job opportunity that lined up and it's super warm here. So it worked out really well. And the job is what this like whole Q&A is leading up to, because I'm not even kidding you guys. I have been asked so many times, are you still working at your corporate job? Did you leave your 9-to-5? Are you a full-time content creator now? Do you still work full-time in sales, or are you just doing social media? And yes, I quit my 9-to-5 job. I am not doing sales anymore, and I am 100% just doing YouTube and social media full-time. And I want to give the biggest thank you to each and every single one of you for supporting me on YouTube and social media. I really wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, and so from the bottom of my heart, truly thank you guys so much for all of your constant love and support. And I know you guys probably want to know like more details on why I quit. So I did work at my sales job for over a year, and I haven't mentioned quitting yet just because I wanted to give myself some time to personally like reflect on my decision and make sure that I made the right choice, because quitting was a little bit scary for me. I'm not gonna lie, like that was what I was doing for over a year, and I had security in that financially, and so I was really nervous to quit. But when I did quit, I told them that I was going to be doing YouTube full time, and my manager and everyone was super happy for me, and they did say that if I wanted to come back, I could have my job back. So it wasn't that I didn't want to tell you guys, it's just that I wasn't sure if I was 100% going to be sticking with YouTube full time or if I was going to be going back to my job. So I just wanted to make sure that I was really confident in sticking with YouTube full time before I announced it, just because I wanted to make sure that financially I was doing okay. And I do make money off of YouTube, and the reason I decided to quit was because I was making more money on YouTube than I was making at my corporate sales job. And so it didn't really make sense for me to continue doing that job when I could put all of my time and effort into YouTube. And it kind of got to a point where I felt like I couldn't give 100% to both. Like I couldn't give 100% to my sales job, which really made me feel guilty about that, because I was constantly thinking about YouTube and videos that I wanted to film. And then with YouTube, I felt like I couldn't give 100% to my videos. I didn't have time to look for new music and try out different editing styles and always be filming everything. I am incredibly grateful that this is my job and that I've been able to make it work, and I really just want to say thank you guys so much, because I wouldn't be able to do it without you. It was so hard for me to balance both. I know you guys have asked like, how did you do it? And I would spend all evening Friday night, all night Saturday night. Like I would spend so much time focusing on editing and filming when I could and spending all my evenings editing. So it just got to be really hard for me to balance when I was trying to do more uploads, when I was only posting like one video a week or one video every other week. It was fine, but then when I started posting like 2-3 videos a week, it was so hard for me. So I really just wanted to be able to devote 100% of myself to YouTube and social media and content creating, and I'm really glad that I get to do that now. Another question is, what gave you the motivation to start a YouTube channel? And I've always just really loved filming and documenting my life, and I think that was when I was in college. I wanted to film things then, and then I really wanted to film when I was studying abroad, just so that I could look back on it. I love being able to watch old videos, even though some of them I feel like are so cringy. And it kind of goes into, how did you get comfortable being on camera, and what tips do you have on filming? And I look back at some of my old videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, I really have come a long way with filming. And I think one of my biggest tips is that you should really just try to be yourself and not really think about the camera. And before, it was really hard for me to do that, but I've gotten a lot better just because I've been practicing more. So it really just takes practice. Be patient. And some like simple tips I have are, one, try to talk slow. When I look back at my old videos, I was like talking so fast, and I think it was because I was a little bit nervous, but I've tried to just like slow down, be chill. So try to just think about like the speed that you're talking at. And when you get a camera, usually there is a screen that pops up that you can see yourself. So there's like a viewfinder. And I really still have to work on this a lot, but try not to look at yourself so much. Like, try to actually look into the lens of the camera, especially if your screen pops out to the side. It's so obvious when someone is filming on a camera where their viewfinder goes out to the side, because you can just see them like looking off to the distance like all the time. So I really try my best to look at the lens and not like above at me. It is hard, but that is something that I would try your best at if you can. And then the other question is, what is your advice for those who want to start a YouTube channel but are afraid? And I would say just go for it and don't like worry about what other people think of you. Just film what makes you happy and what you are passionate about, and just keep practicing, because I definitely think that it takes time to get comfortable with. So practice, practice, practice. Film what makes you happy and what you love, and eventually it'll start coming a lot more natural to you. Okay, so this is another question that keeps getting brought up a lot. And have you been talking to anyone? Any baby love interests? Do you have a mans in your life? And I'm like smiling so much right now. Yes, there is someone in my life, and I like don't even know like where to start. It is still pretty recent, which is why I haven't like really mentioned it. And they say that you will meet someone when you are least expecting it. And let me tell you, I have never believed that so much in my life. I'll give more details like when I'm ready to share. I'm honestly just really happy. And yeah, he's great. So that is that. But this goes into, are you going to move to Arizona when your lease is up? Do you plan on moving to AZ to be closer to baby mama? And things change, you guys. I thought that I was going to be moving to Arizona. I did mention that, and now I'm not. I am going to re-sign my lease here in Vegas, and I'm going to stay. And I'm honestly so happy that I'm staying, because I feel like I didn't get the full experience being in Vegas. I didn't actually get to do as many things as I wanted to just because of the pandemic. I feel like now that I've been here for like over a year and a half, it's gotten so much better. Like, I'm so much more comfortable here. I'm familiar with a lot of places and I love the weather here and everything. I was feeling a little bit lonely, and I also thought that Caitlin was going to be moving to Huntington Beach, but she's going to be staying. So a lot of things just kind of changed and are working out for me to stay here, and so I'm really happy. It's going to be another really amazing year in my apartment and just being in Vegas, and I'm so happy. I really am just like so thankful. So I am going to be staying in Vegas, and some of you guys have asked, are you going to be doing a meet and greet? And I would love that. I would love to meet you guys and have you come out to Vegas if you're not from Vegas, and we could all hang out. So it would be super fun to eventually do a meet and greet. And another question is, when are you coming out with merch? And my brother and I have actually talked about this because he wants to help me. And I don't know when I'd come out with merch, but I definitely want to. I think it would be really cool to have some Baby Hey merch. So let me know if you guys would want that, because I'm definitely open to actually doing it. I've also had some questions about how to budget, how do you start saving money, and how to buy designer pieces. And budgeting is hard, you guys. Like, I'm with you. It is definitely challenging, but I would say the biggest thing is to pay for all of your expenses first, whether that's like your rent, your car payment, your phone payment, your insurance, like anything that is an expense, you need to pay for that first, and then you can splurge. So I pay for everything that I have to pay for right away every month, and then with money I've left over, I can figure out like where I want to allocate that. And when it comes to buying designer items, I definitely save and then splurge. I got my first designer Louis Vuitton bag when I was 18 years old, and now I'm gonna be 25. So I didn't just like buy all of my designer things right away. It has definitely taken me years to save money and then buy an item and then get an entire collection of bags. So I would say really try to save, and if there is a specific item that you want, set aside money every single month for it. So if you really want a designer bag that's $2,000 and you set aside $200 a month for an entire year, then you could buy the bag. So I like to treat myself on my birthday to buy a new piece. And I have also been given designer items as a gift, like my Louis Vuitton bracelets were from my mom. So I'm really grateful for all the pieces that I have, but I have definitely worked hard and saved over time to then be able to treat myself and buy them. And then another question is, do you drink? If you do you ever get drunk? I feel like you never do. And honestly, guys, drinking is not my thing. I have been like that ever since I was in college. Like, I didn't even really like drinking then, and it was kind of hard for me in college because I felt like I didn't fit in because I didn't really like drinking and everyone else seemed to like it, and it made me insecure. And that's one of the reasons why I'm glad that I'm not in college anymore, is because now I really don't care what anyone thinks. I don't even drink that much, and it's not that I have anything against it. Like, I don't care if people drink at all. It's just something that I personally don't like. It doesn't really make me feel good. And I mean, I'll have my nights where I'll like go out, like maybe on my birthday or something, a couple times a year, and you know, have some drinks. But it's just not something I really like to do regularly. I am all about my kombucha in a wine glass, so that's my thing, kombucha in a wine glass. Another question that I have is, what are your top 3 confidence tips? And One of them is to like find your purpose. I think that when you know your purpose in life, it really helps you with your confidence. And expanding on that is just like knowing your why, like what do you like, what makes you excited, like what gets you up every day. So one of my tips is to know your purpose. The second one I would say is to stop doubting yourself and really try to practice being confident. And like what I mean by that is to, I don't know exactly how to explain this, but like carry yourself with confidence. Like even if you don't feel super confident, you should practice it. And so if that means like when you're walking around, hold your head high and have good body language. Like don't come across as like, you know, mad or like down. Like carry yourself with confidence and look people in the eye and smile and just try your best to actually practice confidence. And the more you practice it, I feel like the more confident you become. And then the other tip that I have with being confident is to be yourself. Focus on you and like stay in your lane and don't worry about what other people think of you. Do you. And I think that that really helps. Like I truly do try my best to just like be me and to love myself and who I am and just like be unapologetically myself. And that helps me be more confident. The next question is, when did you start working out? What motivated you to become fit? And how do you eat so healthy all the time? And honestly, I think that, so if you guys have watched my videos from like a year ago, I did weigh a bit more and I have lost some weight over the past year. And one of the ways that I was able to lose weight was decreasing my stress. I think that when you're super stressed out, you hold on to weight, your cortisol levels are increased and you tend to eat more. At least I did, to cope with my like stress and sadness that I was feeling. But when I got my apartment and started living alone, I was really able to focus on myself and focus on healthy eating and working out. And I truly enjoy working out and eating healthy. It is not something that is a chore for me. It is something that I really love to do and it makes me feel super good. When I was eating bad and not working out, I just felt so sluggish. I didn't have energy and I wasn't really happy. And so I feel like now I'm at a place where I'm so much happier, and that comes from being kind to my body and giving my body good nutrients and exercising. And so it's something that I just really like. And if you're struggling with it, I would really just try to think of it as, you know, working out and eating healthy, to be kind to your body and to do it for you. Like I don't work out or eat healthy for anyone but me, and it makes me feel incredibly good. So it's just something that I really try to focus on, but it is part of like my daily routine now. Some random questions I got are iced coffee or hot coffee, and I'm team iced coffee all the way. What's the longest time you've spent at Target? And probably at least 2 hours. Do you plan to get any tattoos? And no, I'll never get a tattoo ever in my life. It's not that I have anything against them or don't like them, it's just that there's nothing that I want permanently written on my body, and I am not good with pain, so not gonna be getting any tattoos. Dream luxury item that you don't currently own, and probably a Chanel bag or a Cartier bracelet. Those are two things that I would really like to have. And how did you find your signature haircut, and are you ever going to dye your hair? I used to have really long hair, and then I chopped it all in college my sophomore year, and I just like short hair on me better. You guys have asked if I'm growing it out, and I am kind of growing it out, not like long at all. I just like it a bit longer so that I can curl it and like style it more with the Dyson Airwrap. So I'm kind of growing it out, but not like super long. And I think that shorter hair just looks better on me because I am short, so proportionately I think that it looks better for my body type. And then also, I like the color of my hair. I save money not dyeing it, and I just think that it is a really pretty natural blonde. So I'm not gonna be dyeing my hair. If you could visit anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? A lot of people are going to Tulum right now that I've seen on Instagram and YouTube, and it looks amazing. So I'd love to travel there right now if I could. And any vacations planned this summer? Don't currently have anything planned, but who knows, something could come up. I just don't have anything on the calendar. Favorite foundation? It Cosmetics CC Cream for sure. That is my holy grail staple foundation. Another question is, how do you stay so organized and clean? And honestly, if you just like clean and do things like little by little, it doesn't become overwhelming. I always tell you guys to make your bed every day and do little things like pick up after yourself every night, and that definitely helps me like stay clean and organized. And I just really like the way I feel when my place is clean. I'm more motivated in life in general. And someone said, what motivates you to work hard and how do you stay focused on your goals? Honestly, I really want to have a family someday. I want to be a mom and I want to own a house. And so I'm constantly reminding myself of my goals and never losing sight of my dreams and constantly doing things to help me get to that point, even if it's little things like eating healthy or working out or doing things to better myself. I just am wanting to be successful in life, and so I try hard every single day to focus on that. And I want to inspire other people. I want to motivate other people and encourage them. And so I love that I have this platform to be able to hopefully encourage you guys to follow your dreams and motivate you and inspire you even in the littlest ways. So I think that I just have dreams and I am not losing sight of those and constantly working towards achieving them. But that is all of the questions I'm going to be answering for this Q&A. I hope you all enjoyed it, and again, thank you so much for being part of my journey, for going through the changes in my life with me and constantly supporting me. I hope you guys know how grateful I am, and I love you all so much. But don't forget to give this Q&A a big thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.